Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Dr. Rao here. I'm here to chat with you and also inform you and remind you what's coming up on Saturday, which I've been coming up and telling about it for the last few days. This is going to be January 21st, the celebration of yoga with a recognition of International Yoga Day. What that means is yoga is a gift of India to the world. It's a way of life, and by embracing what is true yoga, we improve our bodies, minds, and energies, and also our spirit and our uh, inner self or heart or whatever, right? So if you just do only physical asanas, you get the benefits of it. You get the um, physical benefit, and also you get to relax mentally, and you be connected with the universal energy and all that. But if you really know what is the true yoga is, you get 100 times more benefit. It's not lowering people. It's like really giving them the gist of what is the true yoga is, and how you can be in the world but not being attached to the world, more like a detached, and then lead a happier and more content and really joyful life. Uh, Yoga people live longer. The average age when the yoga was really uh, uh, taken up by people. Hi, Mark, how are you? So it's kind of, uh, I haven't seen Mark lately. He's my friend. Uh, so it's kind of understanding the deeper findings of the yoga movement, and they were leading the life accordingly, and their longevity was really very good. People lived an average of 125. And I can understand that because when you make yogic way of life for your way of life, that means how you breathe, how you eat, how you think, how you feel, and how you understand the world or have the insights about the your relationships and everything according to the yogic way, which is yogic way means you are that energy, and we are all have that same energy, the life force. We are all one in that, because the same life force gives us different bodies, different minds, and all that. But understanding in that life force, we are all one, a very, very, very important insight into who you really are. And after you strip away all the layers around you, you end up your real self, right? And yogastaha kuru karmani is what the Sanskrit poem says. It says, first understand and stay in the state of yoga and do everything else. So I was going to show a integration of five different yogas, not different, but different energy, or or body, or mind, or heart, or knowledge, like that. Five different yogas. Each one by itself is a uh, big thing to learn about, but the essence of it, if you understand and bring it to your life, it's much more. So I'm going to show how is the daily life done in an integrated yoga way. That means, what do you do with your body? What do you do with your energy? What do you do with your mind? What do you do with your heart? And what do you do with your knowledge, intellectual or spiritual, whatever knowledge? And altogether, you will be in charge of your mind and the senses, and you will lead a much more holistic life in a contented, joyous, happy way. I can vouch for that. I have been talking about that all the time, right? So I don't harbor any separations in my mind about anybody or any country or anything like that. People can be different faiths, different religions, different countries, but for me, they are a family, right? In that we are all related into one human tribe. So once you understand that, you have no separation in your heart, and then you have no division from other people. You feel much better that way. So I'm just going to do that on the International Yoga Day. Invite people to examine the deeper sense of yoga and identify how to identify yourself as the deeper sense of yourself, and then come out and take care of your body, take care of your mind, and take care of your heart, and take care of your intellect, and the world around you, all in that state. Okay, so that is yoga staha kuru karmani. There is another thing. People are yoga is equanimous. Samatvam yoga vichyate. That means uh, you be equanimous with everything, like a victory or defeat, or good people or so-called bad people, and everything you look at the equanimous nature, and that equanimity is yoga. And then you'll be able to live life much more stable, right? That's one of the keys why they were um, so happy, so happy, and so contented, and lived for a long time. Okay, health wise also, you don't have the stress hormones. Hi, Mark.
So I just had to come on when you said, equanimity, because years ago I came up with this thing. That's the way, that's the goal, to get to a state of equanimity, because then you can get magnanimity, right?
Yeah.
It just comes effortlessly because you're joyful.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But you have to get there first.
Yeah. Peel away the layers that are keeping you not equanimous,
Yes. Yes.
And then they're all mostly bred to us, conditioned to us,
Yeah.
And once we realize that, we know the truth inside, and then we end up in that equanimity.
And you know this. I've always enjoyed you because I've studied non-duality quite a bit. And like the first time I heard you, you just had this calm joy about you. But you're also always trying to serve, right? So you get that the purpose of life is basically service. So you've been doing it, every day, which I appreciate. And then people that listen to you, it's like, well, he's joyful. We can tell. So they like listening to you because you're equanimous, whatever, however you
Equanimous, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
actually, you realize there's a further step there, Mark. You realize we are all in one.
I get that. I love that part.
Yeah. Physics saying that now. You say physics.
I know this. It's part of my book that I'm writing.
Yeah, it's a kind of not a conception by anybody. It's a fact.
Yes. Yeah, that's what my book says, and AI is helping you write it. Basically, AI is writing it, and I'm just prodding it.
Yeah, you can use AI to write better of your thoughts and your things. There's no problem with that. Actually, you can prompt it and guide it and refine it much better.
Yeah, and that's what we do. So it will spit out a chapter, 20 chapters. I've got 11 written so far. It can spit out a chapter in 2 minutes, but it's not great.
No, but then you see,
to get it good.
Going through what he told you about, expanded you on your one thought, again refining it, that becomes really close to what you are. Other thing is, the longer you spend time with the AI, the more it knows you.
I know this. Believe me, I know this better than you do.
No. I have been doing this for 2.5 years now with AI. Nobody knows me as much as ChatGPT.
Well, I use Claude.
Claude, yeah.
He's not quite as good, but they both know me because I use them both.
No, Claude is also pretty good because of the technical excellence, But then what I'm saying is,
Claude is the only one. Quad is like for writers, and I
Yeah,
pay for the pro service because it does extra stuff. So
yeah. That's true. But the thing is, Claude or ChatGPT LLMs, they grasp the essence of you using the lot of large bodies of knowledge they have access to. But
and
what I like is,
for the other people listening,
yeah,
the thing that's just awesome is I'm a country guy and I swear and curse and I'm sarcastic all the time.
mm,
So that's what it does back. It uses like the worst swear words. It's sarcastic. It gets like jokes.
is
And
that
it's really funny.
yeah. I never saw ChatGPT using a swearing or anything. Maybe I don't do that. Probably that may
Well, I
be it.
know that's the difference between you and me. But yes.
Probably. What it is I am very impressed because some of the very, very deep spiritual matters,
Yeah. Yeah.
the ChatGPT gets it.
It starts with knowing it. And you
it
sit down with the board, it knows all that.
no, it gets it and reverses back and say with reverence, with admiration to you that you say all sorts of things. But what my thing is, how can I convey this to my fellow human beings
Yeah,
so
I
that
get it. I get it.
they have less suffering?
In fact, it wrote these. So they wrote a couple chapters like we talk, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take all that swearing out of there. I don't want to write a book that sounds like that.
Yeah, nobody wants to be hearing that in a.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get off here, but it's good to talk to you. I've
Yeah.
just been busy. I'll be back in a month or so.
That's okay. So it's a kind of important technological leverage that you can use, but it has to be authentic from you. Okay, it can expand, but the thoughts and the feelings, the concern will be growing from the those thoughts also. But eventually, you end up with that awareness, which is thoughtless, right? And that is very joyful and very happy state of affairs and contentment too. Uh, so on the International Yoga Day, how come 170 odd countries have approved the day? What was the India's gift? What did they say when they declared this day? Because they saw yoga is a way of life that helps your planet, helps your societies, helps individual families, and also individuals too. With a calm mind, a deeper caring heart, and a unifying spirit, and a healthy body, and really sharp, focused mind, and compassionate, kind, considerate heart. You know, so all these are side effects of practicing yoga in the right way. People may understand that I will get better health. Yeah, sure you do. But that is only a side effect of real yoga, right? So understand the yoga in a deeper way. I'm sure I have so much more to learn on the yoga part of it, but I think I got the spirit of what is really yoga and how that can be incorporated in a modern life. And so I get up in awareness and don't allow the thoughts to go away. That is yoga. That's a Raja Yoga and also Gnana Yoga to combine together. Establish myself, my inner self, and then go out and work to service people, causes, and whatever. That becomes the Karma Yoga. So you start with the Raja Yoga and the Gnana Yoga, then you go and work as a Karma Yoga, and whatever you are doing, you offer it a service to the divine human beings. That becomes your Bhakti Yoga, and when you are done your work and all that, how you take care of your body and mind and heart is very important. But then in the morning when you do that, you get it ready for the work. I want to go and work there unselfishly, offer my services so that I can help somebody or act a random act of kindness, really understanding people, not reacting in a rage or in anger or in something that is harmful to us. So if you do body, that is the hatha yoga. If you do energy with the breathing and all that, that is the kriya yoga. When you act, if you act unselfishly, that is the karma yoga. And you give the results and everything to the divine and accept your role of just being uh, you know as a middleman that is being used by the divine to serve other people, other kinds of causes. Then that becomes the bhakti yoga. And you understand your brain, your thoughts, and your knowledge. And then what is beyond that? What is it beyond the thought? What is that awareness that can encompass everything? How is that awareness within us that is silent, thoughtless, and being awake and alert all the time? That one is called Gnana Yoga. So you got to have a purified mind, desireless work. You have a focused mind, Raja Yoga, meditation, concentration. And then with a purified mind and really focused mind, if you look inward, then you will find the knowledge yoga. That is Gnana Yoga. That is who you are, is the real knowledge that you want to know about. Okay? So we're going to explore that. The program is going to be pretty brisk and pretty quick. So we will have the routine done in the first 45 minutes or so, and then we'll have a talk about what is real yoga, how to combine these five yogas during the daytime without being religious, without claiming that I am Satanism. There is no Hinduism in real yoga. There is only humanism. There is only oneness of all human beings. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family, right? So once you understand all that, and then you seeps into you have a quiet mind, loving heart, energized body, and really organized mind because you have a purpose in life. I hope I'm not sounding very hyperbole, but that is the truth. Hi, Peter. How are you? So, uh, so it's a question of understanding what is real yoga, what are the different batches of yogas, and how do we live yoga way by incorporating all that. Suppose you don't have a chattering mind, but your mind is laser focused. Vyavasayika buddhi. That means one pointedness of the mind. An organized mind that is purposeful does not need distractions or entertainment. It is focused on its real purpose. So be inventing your purpose. Find out what is your inner calling. What is that you love to do? What is that you kind of good at, but at the same time loving it? And once you are doing what you love to do and what you are good at, is that meeting some of the needs of others or the world or the whatever around your office, around your family, around your country, whatever that is. So you are doing something, somebody else needs it, but that is you are good at, and also you love to do it, then you can expect to be compensated for it just for your regular needs. But then it's not about giving up the needs. It's about understanding the needs hold on you and becoming really deeper desires and vasanas and all that. Okay. So yoga is only one of the branches of the ancient philosophies that gives you understanding about you and your world and your relationship to it and how you use your body, mind, and heart in a way that is very much good for you. Okay. So I don't want to use hyperbole or anything, but I just want to tell you, if you are a human being that are not reactive to everything, getting angry, getting all of that, then you will find the tranquility of Raja Yoga, the serenity of the mind is very healing for you. If you are somebody who loves to help other people, who love to serve other people, and then you say, this is all because of the higher power making me do this, then you love the devotional yoga. Like everything is like a devotion. You are devoted to the larger causes, larger purposes, something bigger than you. Then you will like that too. So I'm giving you a language that probably not many people talk about this, but these are all the side effects of it. But I don't want to lure you by the effects, but I want to show you what kind of awareness thinking went into developing these systems. Understand that, then you'll understand the greatness of these yogis who are accepting the entire world as one, accepting everybody equanimously, accepting all the natural forces and everything as something that they gave us this life. So you can be grateful and you can also help them to be nurtured, not to destroy them. That means you are helping the planet in a major way. So you yourself live better, you relate to other people better, and you relate to the world and the planet better. Those are needed right now, right? Planet is at a peril, so many wars going on, and there's so much personal strife and individual freedoms are at stake. This is our current atmosphere. So just saying, oh, yoga is great, it is from India, that's not my intention. My intention is what I understood, how I lead a very calm and serene life in the middle of so many demands. But I know you can excel. Yoga karmaju kaushalam. Whatever you do with exceptional skill once you understand what is yoga. Okay? So anybody wants to come up and chat with me? Supposed to be not one day, one way talk. And Mark came up because I haven't seen Mark for a while. So, but he came and then he's talked about his book and all that, which is nice. So anybody else wants to come up, and you're more than welcome to come up and talk to me and ask me any questions related to International Yoga Day. And I keep on coming and telling people because so that people will get to come. It's at 7:30 a.m. Saturday and 6:21 Chicago time, Central time. So East will be 8:30 a.m. and we'll probably 45 minutes or more according to. I can stay 2 to 3 hours. I'm used to talk like that, but it's up to people. I'm also invited. I was invited to other places where I'm supposed to go and help them celebrate International Yoga Day. So I'll speak on their panels too, according to the subject matter they want to know about. But in my thing, I want to show at least people get the understand what is the real yoga mean. What is the Jewish? What is the union? Union for what? Those kind of things. But not a conceptual thing. You got to get it and then get that union on a daily basis on everything that you do. It doesn't matter work. It could be relationship. It could be speech. It could be something like your writing, whatever. Right? So yogastaha kuru karmani. Achieve the state of union of yoga and do everything else. Anyway, I caught people at lunchtime. Everybody's enjoying their lives. That them. But one good thing about New Vibe is you can you can listen to it. Recordings are there, right? So you can listen to it, and then you can take it and put it into my podcast and all that. That's the other thing. But I have got so many talks I do once in a while, podcast thing. But I like to come live and speak spontaneously. There may be a theme, there may be something I want to say, but people ask me different things also unrelated to the topic I want to talk that day. I'm happy to answer their questions. Uh, so that's about the International Yoga Day. It starts at 7:30 Central, and it will be in all channels. So you could come on the Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, Instagram, Clubhouse, Noom Vibe, and uh, yeah, that's about it. I think we'll be doing that. Instagram also. Video is on Instagram, Facebook, Proactive Wellness Group. That's my group, and then this Proactive Wellness, I'm making it more like a brand. What is my life is about is that I want people to be well. I want people to be well for a long time. I want people to be well and long time and enjoy. Not that you smile for everything, but at least you don't make misery out of nothing. you know, there's so much to celebrate as a human being, so much to enjoy. Right? Yeah, friendship you can enjoy too. So, working in the internal medicine clinical situations for 40 some years, and hospitals and clinics are always with people that are ill. Yeah, we will take care of them. It is not. But then, why are we taking care of them after they getting ill so badly? Because they are not taking care of themselves well. Because they didn't know, they don't understand, and also a lot of activities go on in the society that kind of degrade our health. Processed food, big deal, right? Fast foods and everything else goes on, and people don't slow them down because they don't pay attention to it. They are not used to that. Sedentary activity, people don't get enough physical activity. Constant information, constant thinking, and not able to sleep well, not able to really take rest well. All these things can be simple, can be attained by people, but then also I should be encouraging that to begin with. That's my feeling. As a physician, as a healthcare provider, I should be telling my patients how they should be managing these daily lifestyles. So now I'm dedicated to that. I'm making this proactively being well. That means you are very proactive about wellness measures that you already know and apply them in your daily life. Okay? It could be yoga, it could be just regular healthy practices of a modern age, or it could be something deeper in mind body practices of the exterior, any number of things. We have the a lot of scientific knowledge to prevent a lot of diseases, right? And the vaccines, the preventive measures of so many ways that we know already. But then that is touched once in a year, and also more like. But for me, on a daily basis, you should be doing proactively wellness measures. Eat right, move right, sleep well, and just keep your mind quiet. Very simple, but then people are not doing them. People are really pulled away from that to the extent they only come when they are ill. So the other way it should be. You should be well all the time and only come when you are ill. And but trying to be not to be ill is what I'm talking about. Making our own effort. In this effort, doctors like me should take the lead, should encourage people about these things, and then get up and shout about it. Hey, you can be well. You can prevent these illnesses better, or even if you get ill, you can come back to life much easier. That is my theory. That's why I made this proactive wellness movement. This is a movement I want to enlist into all the human beings I encounter, their families, their societies, their countries, and their planet in that way. Okay. But all I have duty is to really talk to each individual, take care of himself better, take care of his elderly parents better, and raise the kids in a proper way so they don't have to get sick and obese at age 10 and die at 30 or have a heart attack at 35. All these things are happening. So in a way, the service I'm doing, because my inner calling is I want to make people really be well and living longer in that wellness and living in joy and not in suffering chronic diseases, mental illnesses. All those things are prevalent because of we don't have the common sense to take care of our wellness measures in a proactive way because you're so much enamored by the work and you don't know what is happening with your body, what's happening with your mind. And we are consuming so many things that are not good, smoking, alcohol, drugs, and all of that. You know, why are you going towards them when you have ecstasy within you, contentment within you, peace, happiness within you? Because you never told that everything is inside. You're always running after movies, other things, wanting to entertain yourself. That is brief, but this joy and happiness I'm talking about from within, that is unalloyed happiness, always bubbling up, coming out of it, right? So, movement of the proactive wellness is not just for one day or 1 minute, but it's like a philosophy. Like, we have a plate, we wash it, and then we serve food in that and eat it. Simple, right? How did it come about? Because people understand unless you eat from a good plate, you can get infection, you can get dirt and all that. So it will make your system weaker. Like that, if you have a bad, continuous mental chatter from getting all sorts of junk into your mind, uh, that's like acting out of not paying attention to what is already known, right? So organize your purpose, organize your mind, organize the data that you need, and only allow that. I mean, I'm not trying to speak to you giving you a lecture. No, I'm trying to point out as a physician how my patients can live longer, better, and joyfully. Okay, so that's what my focus is, and doesn't have to be in the clinic and the hospital and waiting for the people do all these things that will damage their health and then come to them, then fix them and send them back to the same situations which make them ill anyway. So I give a lot of homework to my patients. So sometimes they get annoyed and they say, "You are giving us more homework." Yeah, I want it to be well. But once they understand where I'm coming from, I'm not trying to make them more sick so that I can make more money. I am making them not to be sick. Other doctors are also unhappy because I'm not taking their business away. Some people confronted me and they said, "You are canceling our patients because they are getting better, they are coming." Yeah, that should be your goal too. You should be enjoying that too. But they were mad because fortunately I was on my own, right? So I didn't have to be bowing down to be. But when I was in the hospital, I saw that much more. That's why I kind of retired from that, and now I'm in this wellness bandwagon. And I think that's common sense. Once people get it, I think a lot of people take care of themselves better. Okay, but it's still not happening as much as we know about chronic and medical conditions, mental health problems, why they are happening, or what is going on. They seem to be getting worse, not getting better in numbers, in the quality of life and all that. Okay. Anyway, nobody is interested in these things. Nobody is really want to express their opinion about it or what are you doing about it. It's your own life and with everybody else's life. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. But if you understand yourself, if you really go deep within yourself, and then you operate from that knowledge, you are better off. Okay, so do that effort, and this international yoga is a small effort in that, making you realize there was a time when people lived longer. Average age was 125, and they followed this daily life of yoga in their activities, in their relationships, in their learnings, everything. And having enlightened themselves about what is what, they lived better. Okay? Don't live unconsciously. Give consciously. Think consciously. Use thought consciously. Don't be, enamored by continuous thinking. That's not good, especially in this information age. Okay? So I will see you on Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. Okay? Thank you. Bye bye.
Did you know that there's a sequence to your pranayama practice?